Hi Crafty Angels, Vanessa here from Angel Rose Designs here on YouTube, and today I'm here to work on another page from my camera album that I've been working on with Millie the Solid Crafter. We did a live on her channel and a live on my channel working on these. So I will link both videos in the iCard somewhere up here, and also in the comment section below. So I'm going to work on this page today. Remove this out of the way. So this is the page we're working on now. I'm going to get my glue out. I'm going to get my scissors and my pen. Not this one. This pen. And all of my mats and things and whatnots to get it going. Okay? So we got that and we got that. So that's everything that I'm going to use for this page as I go along. I'll just line up everything on top. I'll leave the rubber bands on them. That way it's easier for me to see what I have. So far I have the mat on the cover, on the front of the page here with a pocket and with a tag inside. And I have my insert up here, which I have to put my little stitches on. So I'm going to do that. So what's on your crafting table? And I have a few shout outs to do. I'll put it within the video. And if you want your name to be shouted out, leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to shout out your channel and shout out your name. Just adding little stitches here. We're going to do the back side. And I'm going to put a mat on here. That way they can use this as a backside to journal. It's just a memory book for myself. I'll be putting photos in it where I'll be journaling on the back side of it. So I'm going to put me a mat on the front. Okay. I'm going to pull out my mat. Oh, that mat is too big. I thought I had some smaller mats, but apparently I don't. So, we're going to take... Where's my pockets? Uh-oh. Did I lose my pockets? I believe I did. Or is it here? Let me undo this and see if my pockets are in here. Well, I can use this and put it here and put the picture in here, but I'm going to cut the trim off the top. I like it that way. I could also, if I wanted to, as you can see, there's a little postage stamp right in here. So that's going to go here. And maybe I'll just cover this right here. I don't know yet. Okay, so now that we got our pocket, we're gonna put our glue on here, and I'm using art glitter glue, and the digit on that I'm using is from Karen Kane, who is She Shed Crafts here on YouTube. I'm also gonna go in with some stitching around the little envelope that I have there, that I'm using as a pocket instead of an envelope. So we're gonna do the stitching. To me, doing stitching makes the project pop a little, and I like doing the stitching because it brings uh more how they say, texture or whatever to the project. And you can never have too much stitching in a project. Okay, so we got that done. So we can put this back in the pocket here, and I can journal on the back. So I'm gonna put it back in the pouch, the pocket here. And then what I want to do, because this is a match for a photo here, and then I have my journaling here for that. Okay, but I want something to where they can't see the photo firsthand, and they can see it when they open something. So let's see what I can use to. These are journaling cards, so I don't want to use those. This is a pocket that I can journal on the back side. Yes, we can. We can use one of these, but I won't be able to put a I can put white stitching on here. So let's do that. Let me grab my white pen. My white gel pen. And whoops, get stitching done. Sorry about that. Let me put this over here so it doesn't distract me. And I'm gonna put stitches on both sides. And I might put a little something here, but I'm not sure yet. So that's gonna be something that I have to think about. Now I'm taking my time on doing this because I want to. I mean, I could have it done in a 2-hour video or a 6-part video from beginning to end, but nah. Now the the template that I'm using for the camera comes from Millie the Silent Crafter here on YouTube. So if you would like it, you can contact her. She can tell you how you can get it. For me, I would go for this. Okay, so I'm gonna put that right there. Now what I'm gonna do is find like a piece of scrap paper, so I can make my hinge for this, because this is going to be a small hinge, and I'll show you how I make my hinge to make it to size. we're just gonna take, no, I can't use that because I need dirt. See, this is how it is, guys. Well, I guess we're gonna have to use this. We're just gonna have to um, flip it over. Now, this is how I do my hinges. I take my paper and I measure how high I want the hinge, and I just outline with a pencil. Well, I outline here, okay, and here is the outline for my hinge. But I'm gonna show y'all something else. Okay, the way I do it is I fold it over, burnish here. You can do it with your finger, back of your pen, or the back of a pair of scissors. And all I do is just follow along the line. And I have two pieces I want for my hinge. Okay, sorry about that. And I'm just gonna take my glue and glue them together like so. And then I'm gonna take my corner rounder, which is right here. I'm just gonna round those corners that are squared. And I should wait for the glue to dry, but and there's my hinge. Okay. Now what I do is I still see some white overhang. So I'm just gonna take my scissors and trim that off. Take that and put it in my little bin over there. And then what I'm gonna do is just fold this over, right? And burnish it. I have a bone folder, but I didn't think of taking it out. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do this. Measure that. Because I want it to come down to the line here. Okay. I see there's some overhang, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take two little quilting pen markers, okay, clips. I'm just gonna, whoops, well, I gotta move it in a little, and just trim the edges, because once I have it on my book, I won't be able to trim it. So I trim it before I put it on, and that way I have a perfectly rounded piece there. Let me move my scissors out. I'm gonna glue this on, glue my hinge on. See? Just like that, bring it to the edge. And then I'm gonna glue this part on to my book page. Okay? And just glue that right there. Because my picture's gonna be right here, so it covers it. Well, I'm gonna move it up a little. Move it to about, whoops, right here. Because my picture's gonna be right in the center, so I want it to where when you open it, the picture's right there and you cover it, and the whole picture is literally covered. Okay, so that's that. Now, let's do the back side of the page. Now, I don't want too much on the back side, so what I'm gonna do is just put a pocket and take one of my journaling cards and slip it in, because with the journaling card, they can also put a picture here. But first, you know it, we've got to put the stitches. And this is going to be the end of this page. because I don't want to put too much, because later on I'm going to alter it with laces and trims and dangles and everything. That's a whole new video. Okay? So it's going to be a whole new video once I have all the pages done. Yeah, some of the stitches and stuff will be covered, but that's alright. It's okay. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing to the pocket. And the way I get my things, because my printer doesn't pick up the cardstock, I just print out like this, okay, on regular paper, and I stick it to cardstock and then trim it out. And then I have what I need. Yeah, it's an extra step, but hey, what is crafting, right? I'm gonna see how many pages I can get done in one video, but this one, I think it's gonna be just this one here, just this page. Okay, put my stitching around the pocket. Now I'm not gonna put no cardstock on here because it's just the tag that's going in, the insert I mean. I don't want nothing else on the front pocket except for the stitches, because I'm not gonna make a pocket on a pocket. I already have that on my one of my pages, and when I'm done with the entire book, I'll do a flip through on it. But right now I'm just doing the pages. I'm working on page 2 right now, and I have 9 pages, so depending on how many I can get done in one video, I don't know how many videos this is gonna be, because I don't like to make my videos too long, because I also add photos and stuff like that into my videos. I don't edit anything out on my videos. What you see is what you get. If I make a mistake, then I just show you how I fix the mistake. I've done it live a couple of times already. Okay, so we got that. Now I'm going to take my glue. Ooh, my pen bled through. Whoops. Well, nobody's going to see it. I'm just going to go along. Whoops. Oh, see? I was following my stitching line and not thinking. I got to put something in the pocket. I got to have an opening. So we're just going to go along the stitching line with the glue. And then we're going to take the page. And we're going to stick it right on the page. Trying to even it out the best you can on both sides to have the same amount on both sides. And then we're going to put our card in just like that. Okay, now it's not gonna stick. I thought it did. But no, I was trying to pull the pocket part out. So this is it for this one. I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and comment. And if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Hit that big red subscribe button down below and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to get notified of when I upload new content. Let me clean up all of this before, whoops, I end. So please be kind, be crafty, stay healthy, stay safe, and I will see you all in the next video. Happy crafting on a budget. Happy everything on a budget. And I will see you all in the next video and on the flip side. Bye bye for now, crafty angels.